Attractiveness of investment Li Auto. Competitive edge in long mileage and vehicle prices. The highest profit rate among electric vehicles appeals to customers who purchase regular internal combustion vehicles. First of all, let's look at the basic background of the enterprise. Second, take a look at Li Auto's vehicle. Finally, let's wrap up this video by taking time to find out the competitive edge of Li Auto. Li Auto is a startup company that sells premium SUVs called Li One. It started selling at the end of 2019 and sold 10,000 units in about 6 months. The fastest record among electric car startups worldwide. Even considering that Li Auto's vehicles are not cheap, they are truly amazing growth engines. Currently, they are selling only one model, but they are gonna increase the number of models from 2022. Because the Li One is a large SUV, they are planning to launch a mid-size SUV and compact SUV. If you look at the delivery figures from January this year, the growth rate is very steep. In particular, it has continued to grow every month since June, selling 3,504 units in September, 3,692 units in October, and 4,646 units in November. Also, if you look at the following graph, the share of SUVs in China is pretty high. As of 2018, 42% were SUVs, the fourth after Russia, the US, and Canada. As expected, the bigger the land, the higher the preference for SUVs. For your information, 44% of vehicles sold in China last year were SUVs. So, it's been on the rise. Before we start looking at Li Auto's vehicle, let's take a look at why Chinese electric car companies are focusing on SUVs. First of all, the global SUV market share is still growing fast. If you look at this graph in 2018, the proportion of all the SUVs in the world was about 36%, and this figure continues to rise. Now, let's take a look at Li Auto's vehicle in earnest. Li Auto's first and only model now, Li One, costs about $50,000. You can choose 6-seater or 7-seater, which is about $17,000 cheaper than the 7-seater premium SUV competition model, Neo ES3. Also, the biggest feature of Li One is extended range electric vehicle. Therefore, like conventional internal combustion engine vehicles, it can be driven with some fuel and operated on battery charge. No one knows yet whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. That's not a full electric car. Another special feature of Li Auto is that it has 4 screens, as you can see. And it's like Xpeng or any other electric car. It's very concerned with the entertainment facilities in the vehicle. Also, voice recognition AI is installed, not only the driver's seat, but also the second and third row seats are designed for voice recognition. Lastly, they are trying to secure steady sales and cash by releasing a subscription product called Ideal Plus. If you pay an additional $200 a year, you can enjoy the benefits, so please refer to this as well. Li One competitive force. Li One has the following competitive powers. Number 1. Long drivable distance. Li One usually uses electrical power, but when the battery is low, the generator is powered by a gasoline engine to charge the battery. This ensures a range of up to 800 km, which is the longest compared to Xpeng's P7, Tesla's Model 3, and NIO's EC6. Li Auto has developed its own EREV power unit, which includes an electric propulsion system and an extended mileage system. Li One's electric propulsion system consists of rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive electric motor, and battery pack, which provides a driving distance up to 180 km. But the extended system increases the driving distance up to 800 km. Number 2. Significant margin of profit. In the third quarter of this year, Li Auto recorded the highest gross profit rate of 20% among electric vehicles, which is mainly due to the fact that the cost of raw materials used to manufacture batteries is significantly lower than that of other electric vehicles. According to China Insight Consulting, assuming the cost of a regular internal combustion engine among larger Chinese SUVs is 100, the cost of a regular electric vehicle is 155, which is significantly higher, and the cost of an EREV is 110. This means that EREVs like Li Auto have a significantly lower cost structure than regular electric vehicles. Li One's battery capacity is half the battery capacity of a major electric vehicle. Using a smaller battery pack will not only help reduce cost, but also reduce weight significantly, eliminating the need for other low-weight parts. Currently, the price of Li One's vehicles is not only lower than that of electric vehicles, but considering government subsidies, a 10% reduction in vehicle purchase, it is also competitive in price compared to its class internal combustion vehicles. Number 3. Appeals to customers. So far, China's electric vehicle market has been more of a roadbox than a customer convenience center. Electric vehicle makers have not been able to come up with sufficient measures to deal with the shortage of battery charging stations and after-service centers. Therefore, the current rate of decline in the price of used electric vehicles in China is faster than that of regular internal combustion engines. Li Auto offers an alternative to this problem through the extended mileage system. The customer can choose between charging the battery or refueling, in addition to avoiding the long-term problem of charging and low battery charging stations. Customers benefit from both electric and internal combustion engines because they can drive at a lower cost compared to standard internal combustion engines. In the background of founder Lixiang, you can see the current Li Auto, which has pioneered the customer convenience-centric niche market. Lixiang co-founded AutoHome, a Chinese automotive online trading site, in 2008, and based on the accumulated experience of Chinese automotive consumers during this period, it has prepared a solution to answer the problems of the electric and internal combustion car markets. Number 4. Self-production capacity. Continued growth is expected through the launch of new cars and the expansion of self-production capacity. The auto production plant is located in Jiangsu, and the first production of Li One began in November 2019. The annual production capacity is 100,000 units and can be expanded to 200,000 units in the future. with the second full-size and the third large-size SUV models we produced at Plant 1. The second production plant will be Changzhou, will be completed in 2023, with the fourth and fifth SUV models to be produced in each of its two plants. Since the addition of the Li 1 standard model in 2021, Li Auto will release two new models every year, starting in 2022. Number 5. Self-driving capabilities. Currently, Tesla, NIO, XPeng, and Li Auto are the only electric vehicles in China capable of self-driving wireless upgrades. Li Auto's vehicles are currently applying self-driving level 2.5 and will skip level 3 and apply level 4 to new cars to be released in 2023. However, this is slower than XPeng, which has the best self-driving software development technology in China. For your information, XPeng will launch X-Pilot 3.0 with autonomous driving on China's highways, and the X-Pilot 3.5 with automatic parking next year. However, from a long-term investment perspective, there are risks that EREVs like Li Auto have. As a first risk, if the mileage of regular electric vehicles increases and charging stations increase, the demand for EREV, which was previously chosen for this inconvenience, is likely to decrease gradually in the future. The second risk is that if the Chinese government applies tougher regulations on future CO2 emissions, and EREV government funding disappears, it will be negative for demand. Performance and valuation. The third quarter earnings released on November 13th were well above market expectations. Sales grew 29% in the third quarter compared to the previous quarter, and 20% net profit, which grew 6.4% compared to the previous quarter, turned into a surplus for the first time in the third quarter of the launch of the new car. This is an achievement that no electric car maker has achieved. The net profit surplus conversion is attributed to the realization of economies of scale due to the increased sales. In the third quarter, Li 1 sales increased 31% from the previous quarter to 8,660 units, and sales in October 3,692, and November sales to 4,646, which is expected to reach 30,000 units this year. Accumulated sales by 2020 are expected to be the smallest among Chinese electric car makers, but the monthly sales growth rate of Li 1 models is the highest. On November 30, the market capitalization of 2021 estimated sales is about 10 times lower than XPeng and NIO. Given that it has a competitive edge in long mileage and vehicle prices compared to regular electric vehicles, it has the highest profit rate among electric vehicles and appeals to customers who purchase regular internal combustion vehicles. The attractiveness of investment in Li Auto is evident.